which
Can
is
we
good,
talk
right?
about the next news story, which is the gender-neutral Logitech Accessory Kit?
Yeah,
Yes.
I believe it's just the Logitech accessory kit.
Oh, but it is gender-neutral, correct?
Yeah, I believe it is.
So this is a news story because Google Stadia came out and announced that they talked about how their controller,
David's making fun of Google. just so everybody knows. I think the whole world is actually.
Is what was it exactly, Jordan?
So they came out, and before I offend anybody, I'm sorry. I just think this was hilarious. But basically, they came out.
I will offend people.
Okay,
I think you're bothered. If you think that your controller in front of you has a gender, you're an idiot. Like I will just say that you are a moron. It is an
Inanimate object.
First, it's an inanimate object. It has no genitalia.
What if I put genitalia on it?
Then good for you. And then
Xbox Design Labs.
you can do it.
Then that's not gender neutral.
Yeah.
My controller is the big wiener edition.
But you can pick your colors and stuff if you want. If you want your controller to match you or to
Well,
however
okay,
you identify,
so-
that's great. But your controller is a controller, and Google Stadia made it seem like their controllers have gender.
So what they
And
did is,
So stupid.
I didn't know about this until the article was linked in Discord. So I think it was Ronan that linked it. So thank you for bringing joy in my life. But I basically what it is Google Stadia came out and said we had gender neutral controllers,
Yeah, we had gender neutral controllers,
which makes me
How?
laugh because
Like, what is a gender neutral controller?
Well,
Our sticks,
David, no,
our sticks aren't as big.
that what made me laugh, the one part is it talked about how they made it. Well, anyway, but there was one part where they talked about how it was designed specifically for large hands and small hands.
The Elite Dildo Series 2.
The EDS 2.
Okay, well that makes a little bit more sense. Like it's for everybody's hands. I can see where they're going.
But that's the thing. Like, aren't all the only and this was in
The Duke.
This was in Discord as well. The
Duke.
only masculine controller out there
Is the Duke.
which, by the way, I think was by design. Said we got to make this controller.
We
like
have
this. Yeah.
evolved as gamers so that the Duke no longer exists.
Isn't
They-
my
they
controller...
Actually, they actually re-released the Duke.
Yeah, that's true, and it is badass.
I was going to say, like, binary, right? Isn't a controller binary by its very nature, ones and zeros?
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean?
The N64 controller was definitely a dude. Did you see that bulge? Oh, okay, I'll give you that one.
The N64
Yeah,
controller
give me
is
that one.
definitely, It
has-
definitely has a big dong hanging out in the middle.
It had some protrusions that
But
were
basically, it could not stand up straight.
there. No, it.
Well, no. What makes
Always was at an angle.
what makes me no. What's really interesting
We call
about
that
this
the tripod.
is Google.
you guys are like, look at you.
Well, what makes me laugh about this is the person that's going to buy a gaming console and is looking for the gender neutral controller is probably not the market you're going to make your money off of. You know what I mean? That's probably not the person going to buy in your
It's
controller.
just the wrong language that they use. What they just should
No,
just say
I think they knew what they were doing.
they should have just said our controller can fit anyone's hands, right? Doesn't matter.
Yeah, but I think they knew what they were doing, and I think they did it on purpose,
Yeah.
and I think it backfired because I really think the entire internet is making fun of them.
Well,
right
so
now.
didn't Microsoft come out and say, "Well, we made a controller that can," which they really did.
Well,
The
what's funny?
ultimate
Well, I
controller
mean, they
is the adaptive controller.
They didn't do
on
it.
The
They
Xbox.
didn't do it in response to this, but it was just hilarious to like watch the news weeks because it was like, oh well, Google's over there doing gender neutral stuff, fantastic. We're helping everybody with our adaptive controller, right?
Well, their
It's just-
adaptive controller is amazing.
No, it really
is
is
so sweet.
And let's talk about it because Logitech has teamed up with Microsoft. Well, they did their own thing anyway. So there's a Logitech accessory kit that makes the adaptive controller even better for those that need the different buttons and everything like that. Basically, it's $100 kit that comes with a ton of different buttons and attachments
the
and everything
whole
like that.
shot.
And it comes with different stickers for A, B, and stuff like that. You know,
Yeah, like,
Are you talking-
look how cool! Like it's just so cool. I think the adaptive controller is one of the coolest things in gaming.
no, it
that's
really
been done.
is.
Well, and then it's so adaptive. I don't mean to use that word, but they have all these USB
Mm-hmm.
ports in the back and everything that you can totally do it however you
Yep.
want to do it.
And that's what Logitech's goal was. So the adaptive controller is basically the controller, but it doesn't come with
See
all those.
We were just watching that video. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm gonna-
it doesn't come with all the extra attachments. Dongle. It's just the controller that allows all that. What Logitech wants to do is give you that those
access,
attachments, right?
yeah.
And that's what this kit is, right? Again, the Logitech Accessory Kit. It's $100 American dollars.
To give you an idea,
but,
they even have like a pulse thing over that you can put over your finger.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's so cool. Like, well done, Microsoft. Well done, Logitech.
And basically, the idea is to bring gaming to as many people as possible,
yeah.
right?
Also, I think
No matter what gender
I
you
think
are.
what Google Stadia is doing is really cool, and I'm really excited to have another player in the industry. But suck it.
Well, I mean, I think, what you could
With your
David, that
controller,
was-
your controller sucks.
Does it?
So-
Have you?
No. I mean, just like you're trying to say like, oh, our controller, and you presented
their
it.
controller has the moral high ground
Yeah,
on an
that
on
moral
a
high
controller.
ground, whereas the adaptive controller isn't bragging and trying to be on the moral high ground. They're just saying, hey, look, we're trying to make games accessible to everybody.
to every single person, regardless of anything.
Now,
Yeah.
just so everybody knows,
That's funny.
Microsoft or Google did not actually fight each other this week. Because it makes it sound like Microsoft. Yeah, just so you guys know,
and
there
that was
no-
probably a little harsh of me. But
Well,
ser-
No, I-
it's a little harsh of me. You can suck it.
but seriously,
That's not
suck it.
neutral. And then they did talk about how their color is gender neutral. It was dumb. I felt pretty good. I had a lot of good zingers in Discord this week.
Oh, you good
yeah,
job.
yeah, no,
You're
I
a zinger-
told,
you're
yeah,
the
no.
zinger man.
If Google would have came to me, I could have saved them a lot of money on R&D.
Here's the
You
thing,
know, I
Google.
got a lot of gender neutral
Instead of
controllers
saying
they
that
could
you
use.
have gender neutral colors, just offer everybody unlimited amount of colors. Like, oh wait, Microsoft does.
Design Labs.
Design Labs.
Oh yeah, you got
Like,
that's my wife's controller right there. Look at that thing.
look at this bad boy. Here we go, holding it up. It's green and yellow and amazing.
That feels
Awesomeness. Look at
very
this.
gender
Ah.
neutral to
It
me.
even has her name on it.
What this
Oh,
is
it's not gender neutral
very
anymore.
individual. It's individualized. Give people the opportunity to make their controllers any way they want, and that's how you want to have the moral high ground. Give people options. The end.
Yeah.
Let's move on before I get in trouble and people are like, I'm not listening to you anymore.
Yeah,
I think
usually
we've
are.
already passed that point.
Anyway, so in short, Logitech came out with the accessory kit for the adaptive controller, which is about $100. It's super cool.
It is cool.
Check it out. It's cool.
yeah. And then I'll fill this dead space error.
We all fall down.
We all fall down is now available. This is the new and I believe final DLC for We Happy Few.
Ooh.
And I think the DLC itself is gender neutral. So
Oh my gosh. Okay, that's funny. I played this originally. I want to get back into this game now that there's story involved. But so this is the final.